During this video, I'm going to show you how to navigate around the website builder and begin customizing your page. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. First up, I want to show you how to add global styling to your page. So once we are inside of our website builder, on the left-hand side, we are going to mouse over the little paintbrush icon, and we'll notice it says global styling. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And once I do, we have additional options that appear inside of this little slide out menu. So we have things like text styling, adding fonts, the color palette, and so forth. And if I were to click on any one of these, like the color palette, for example, that's going to take me to a screen where I can customize the primary color, secondary colors, and so forth. And any changes that I make inside of this global styling will take place across my entire website. So for example, we can notice my primary color is orange. And we can also notice on the right hand side, we have a few different orange elements. So if I were to click in here and change this to, let's say, a green color, and then click on confirm, we can see the orange has been updated to green elements just like so. Well, once we've done that, maybe now we want to move objects around. So let's say I wanted this text to actually be below the button instead of above it. So all we have to do is mouse over the object that we would like to move, and you'll notice our mouse turns into a little grabbing hand. So I can mouse over this, I can click and hold, and as I'm clicking and holding, I can just drag it around, and now we'll see this blue line appearing. And the blue line is where this object will appear once I let go. So I can drag it below the button, we can see the blue line, and when I let go, the object now appears there. Now we can actually take objects and drag them anywhere on the page. So I could take this button, for example, and I could click and I could drag it all the way down here if I really wanted to. But I don't want to, so what I'm going to do is take that and I'm just going to put it back up here where it was originally. Something else that we can do is add widgets to the screen. Now to add a widget, all we're going to do is mouse over here to the left hand side, and over this icon right here, it's a plus symbol inside of a computer screen. This is our add widget button. And when I click on that, that's going to open up a list of all the different widgets that we can add to our page. So as you go through this list and you find something that you want to add, for example, maybe I want to add another image, I can take the image here, I can click and drag it and drop it wherever I want. So let's say that I wanted an image right here. And once I drop it, it places that object there for me, and now I can customize that image to fit my needs. Something else we can do is add columns to our page. So a column is just another way to organize the content and the objects that are on our page. So we can see here, this right here is 4 different columns. And anytime that you want to add a column, all you have to do is click inside of the box. So for example, I'm going to click inside of this box. And when I do, we can see at the top middle here, we have 3 columns, 1, 2, and 3. And I can change that by clicking inside of the 3 columns. And I can change it to just 1, 2, or add more and make it 4 or 5. So if I were to click 5, for example, we can see that we now have 5 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can go ahead and change that back to 3, and then I can customize the width of these columns just like so, by dragging these little bars just like that. And if I wanted to add a new column inside of this block, I can click on the plus symbol, and that's going to add a new column right here, and it starts off as a 1, but again, we can click inside of this and make it a 2, 3, 4, and so forth, just like that. Aside from columns, something else we can do is add entire blocks. And as you scroll through your page, you will see the ability to add a block with this button here. And the add block button will appear at the bottom of each block inside of our page. So once we click on that, this is going to give us a lot of different options and blocks that we can add to our page. And a block is basically a pre-built element that contains images, buttons, headlines, content, and so forth. But we can also use an empty block if we wanted to by clicking on empty block down here at the bottom. However, we have heroes, services, call to action blocks, images and text, just text, and so forth down the list. But let's say I wanted to add a new call to action. So I'm going to click on the call to action option, and I'm going to scroll down here, and let's say I wanted to go with this one here. All I'm going to do is click on it. And once I click on it, it's going to add that block to me automatically, and it's going to automatically include any global styling settings that I have configured, like the color options. Now, this whole time, we've been talking about one single page inside of our website. If I would like to add a brand new page, all I have to do is mouse over here to the left hand side and click on this icon here, which is for our pages. And once I click on that, we can see any additional pages that we have. And of course, at the very top, we can click add new, and then we can add a new page by clicking this option here. Once we do that, we can start with an empty page down here at the bottom, or we can choose one of these categories, similar to when we were choosing a block. For now, I'll go ahead and start with an empty page. Then we can give it a name, a URL. We can change the template if we've changed our mind. We can add this to a group. We can configure our page access, whether we want it to be public, password protected, or members only. Finally, we have our SEO information in the other tab. And once we have all of that configured, we can click on add. And last but not least, as you make changes to your design, make sure that you save your progress at the top right-hand corner by clicking on the Save button there. And once you do that, you'll see that our site has been updated. If you run into any other issues or need assistance with building out your website, make sure to click on the Help icon in the bottom left-hand corner, and that's going to open up our knowledge base, where we have additional articles and videos to help you throughout your journey. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.